All right, guys, we are on week 5. And this week is going to be all about wall painting. So we stopped and we got our paint after changing their mind 100 times. Amanda went with the Scuff Defense Interior Extra Durable Flat. No, that's not. We're using white?
No, it's Silver Drop is the name of the color.
Oh.
So maybe start over. It's Bear Marquee Silver Drop.
It's Bear Marquee Silver Drop. I don't know why it says Ultra Pure White, but I guess that's a type of paint.
The white.
But that's what we're going to be using. And we tried to tape the ceilings yesterday, and when we pulled the tape off just for a trial run, it did pull some of the ceiling paint off. So we've gone against masking off the ceiling, and she bought these cool little brushes that we are going to go along the edges and just try to do a cool, clean line. And then hopefully we did a good job on our prime, and then we only have to paint this once, because if this room doesn't turn out good, then we're actually just going to put another coat of primer on. So, but let's hope that doesn't happen and we can just paint. I just want to paint the walls, that's all. All right, so we got one room painted. You can see it actually looks pretty damn good. Now, of course it's gonna take 2 coats because everything is twice as much as what you think, but we already knew it was gonna be 2 coats, so we were ready to do that. But we've got the house divided into 3 sections. Oh, this one's got plenty of light. We don't even need this one. So we did the master bedroom, we're gonna do the office, and then we're gonna do the living room and the dining room, and then the guest bedroom and the kitchen. So that way we're doing 1 big room, 1 small room. So we think 6 days. So we should have all the painting done by this week. So we are on day 2 of week 5, and we have 2 rooms that are dry. The office, we got that done yesterday, and I think we really love the color. So we got 1 coat in the office, and then of course we got 1 coat in the master bedroom, which I mean looks really good. And sadly, we got this close to not having to do 2 coats. There's just a couple of areas they're just a little bit lighter at the top. So we are gonna have to do 2 coats, but I mean, it was so close. Thought we were gonna have something go our way, but we already planned on 2 coats, so it's not really that big of a deal. So today we're gonna do the living room for sure. If we have time, we'll do something else, but we're just really gonna plan on the living room, and everything else is just extra. So we got done with the living room a little bit quicker than we thought we would, but we got the whole living room done. We tried to really thicken her up and see if I could maybe get lucky and, lucky and do it in 1 coat. Since we were so close on the bedrooms, figured why not try. But we did have enough time. We went ahead, we did the dining room. The dining room does look like it's gonna need 2 coats regardless, but it's all done. As you can see, some spots you can still see the chair rail. Some spots you can't. So I'm hoping that chair rail that we took out is going to be hard to see when we get it all done, but we'll know tomorrow after it's dry. So we'll take a look at it then and see where we need to go. But now we officially only have kitchen, guest bedroom and hallway left for paint. So the first coat. So hopefully we get by with first coat in a couple areas. Probably gonna be 2 coat in all areas though. So, see you later. We are on day something of week 5, but last night we actually finished up all of the first coat painting. We got everything painted, all the bedrooms, living room, dining room, hallway. We did not do the kitchen because we did decide we were gonna go with a different color in the kitchen. So the kitchen is not done. So we got here today after everything is dried, and it looks like for the most part, we're not gonna have to do a second coat. I'm gonna do a second coat in the dining room and a second coat in the hallway. And we've gotta go and do, the edges are a lot lighter than the walls. So we're gonna do the edges, but I mean, for once, something kind of went quicker than what we thought. So we're gonna finish up that second coat today. Tomorrow, obviously, we'll be here during the day, so we'll have more light. We can get a better picture of what's going on. But I think we are gonna have the painting done this weekend. You. Okay, so far the paint has turned out pretty good. I only have one complaint, and that's every once in a while you get these little clumps that come out of it. And I don't know if that's because it's drying too fast or if we've done something wrong, but it's been doing that ever since we started. It's not like all the time, but it's just here every once in a while. You'll roll it out and there'll be just a giant clump. So still, paint seems to be pretty good. That's my only complaint about it, and really it's not even that bad.
It is a new kind of paint that they just came out with.
Yeah, this is some of that Space Force type paint, so. But other than that, it's been good paint, so I can't complain. All right, here's a better example of the clumps. Like I said, it doesn't happen very often, but just every once in a while, you just have to go and pull those off. I don't know, it's probably something we're doing wrong though. So, just gonna keep going. Still on week 5, and we did get all the painting done. Amanda is having to go back and put a little bit extra paint on the edges where it meets the ceiling. So she's getting all that done. And then we got to go and touch up some spots on the ceiling where I boopsied it. But this is the ceilings and the walls. This is what it's going to look like. So we ran into one little problem. We didn't do as good a job as we should have on the chair rail in the hallway. So that is showing through. So we're gonna have to go back and redo this part of the hallway, which I started on here. I'm gonna sand it down and then mud it with the wide trowel, get it leveled out, and then sand it again, and then put some paint on it, and hopefully that should fix it. But you can see we got some spots here, which we thought we did a good enough job. We did the same thing in the dining room, and the dining room is, I mean, you can't even tell there was chair rail in here. So that's what we're gonna work on right now, and then we got a couple different things we're gonna get going on today. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, we got it sanded down, which is a lot easier when there's not a couple of coats of paint on it. But now I'm gonna put the spackling on it, see if I can't level it all out, and then we should be good to go. Now we're gonna let that dry. When it turns white, it should be ready to sand, and hopefully that'll fix the problem. And I'm just gonna keep doing that to the whole hallway and hope it works out. These are the problems when you don't know what you're doing. We're figuring it out. All right, so I got the first part of the wall that I started on dried up, and I sanded it. It's kind of hard to tell until I put paint on it, so we'll see if it works out. The rest of the walls were pretty much dry. I could have sanded them, But I'm just done with the house today, and they're not all the way dry. I thought they would dry a little bit quicker, but we got it all on there. I'll sand it tomorrow. We'll throw some paint on it. Hopefully it'll look right. Hopefully you won't even be able to see it, what I'm going for, and then we can move on. Amanda also got the kitchen painted today. So she started early, so she actually got 2 coats on it. Here's our new white kitchen. And that's 2 coats on there now drying. It really makes this whole everything just brighter right now. So that's cool. But we're gonna call it a day. We'll come out and do something tomorrow. Later. All right, it is the final day of week 5, and we're going to work on the chair railing today. You can see the spot that I did yesterday is, it doesn't look good on camera, but I think it's gonna be fine. We're gonna try to get these all sanded and get some paint on them. What I'm using on to sand them is I'm using the big screen sander because I'm going this way so I don't dig back into the chair rail and open that back up. So that actually I think is going to look really good when we put paint on it. Hopefully that gets done today, and then of course we got to sand the rest of the hallway first. We're going to do that and then hopefully do a little bit of cleanup because painting and sanding should be done today. Amanda's going to start on the ceilings. We got some spots that we got to touch up on the ceiling. It's crazy how our gray paint in this room looks green, but you go to this room and it looks gray. I think it's kind of cool how the light hits it. It just kind of makes it a different color. And then we did get the kitchen done. We bought 3-inch trim, and then we decided we're going to go with 3.5-inch trim. So we're going to put or take the 3-inch trim back, and then we're going to get 3.5-inch because I think it looks better. So we got to get more trim. But let's get to work. All right, so we got everything sanded, and I think it looks pretty good. Getting ready to put the paint on it, and it is a whole lot harder to sand after it's painted. So I'm hoping that this is gonna do the trick. And we also cleaned up the hallway and the living room. So it actually looks like a house again. Okay, I don't know. I was really hoping for perfection. I don't think we're gonna get perfection in the hallway, but it does look way better. I think it does need another coat of paint. We'll see when it dries. You can still see some spots. I'm hoping another coat of paint, you won't be able to tell there's a chair rail there at all. But for the most part, the plan worked, which is great because I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, we got everything cleaned up. So I think maybe a second coat of paint on that, but I think all the painting's done. So we got the ceiling painted, the walls painted, the guest bedroom, and we did clean up, which made a huge difference. Master bedroom, hallway, office, living room. Looks so much better in here now that all the plastic's up and everything's cleaned up. And of course the dining room. We still got a lot of work to do in the kitchen. But we're going to go to Lumber Liquidators now and pick up some trim. We want to start working on the doorways, getting those back together. So we're gonna get some trim, try to get it painted today. I don't know if we're gonna get it put up today, probably not, but I'm gonna try to get the doorways. I still have a couple doorways I gotta fix. Like this one, I just kind of came up with my own way to fix it. So I took some shims and some scrap wood and just nailed it up there. That's a solid doorway now. So, and then I did this one a while ago. We just used some shims on it. And then I've got these 2 doorways that I still need to fix. So we'll get those fixed. We'll get some trim, start putting some trim on, start putting some floors in, And then once all that's done, we'll start working on the kitchen. So 5 weeks done.